Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, hang out with this nerd.
Ted.
And today we have for you Hooked on Adventure, The Mysterious Stranger.
If you want to jump down to the description below, you can sign up for Nerdarchy, the newsletter. It's a great way to get gaming tips as well as learn how to game with us.
School, have you guys seen this sweet Voltron shirt that Ted's wearing? Boom! Nice.
Dinotherm's connected, man.
So, with the Dinotherms connected in mind, Hooked on Adventure, The Mysterious Stranger, you're pitching this one to me. What do you got?
All right, so anytime you have an adventuring party, they're off doing something, you always have the ability to have them run into a random NPC. Well, if you've got...
Or not so random, as the case may be.
Well, it's not so random, but they run into the Mysterious Stranger. And there's something that's just a little bit off about this character. And depending upon how much the players bite on this conversation, how much they delve into the oddity, and you can make it be as odd as you want, but you've got the ability to have the person offer up, so some kind of quest for them to go on. It could lead to a variety of different later plot hooks so that you could use this guy again and again. I like the concept of this person always being a little strange to them, but always shows up at the weirdest times and in a way that doesn't make sense. Like, okay, I'm going this way, they're going this way. 2 sessions later, here he is again.
Okay, so I always think of depending on which route you want to go, there's probably a lot of characters you can kind of model this guy off of from different novels, different stories. There's definitely in some ways not Merlin. Well, Merlin would work, but also Elminster, your Fizzban,
to a degree,
your Gandalf.
Yeah, I was gonna say to a degree, Gandalf. He's always an oddball.
So so they're going to show up, and these are the harbingers of adventure, pretty much. So the idea with this is now we have to come up with an adventure that this mysterious stranger is going to send them on, or maybe part of the problem or part of the thing is figuring out what the off part is. Why are they off? Is it because they're weird and unusual? Is it because something was done to them? Have they been cursed? Are they from someplace else? How is this going to be incorporated into your game tonight? Is the question. Maybe there's something that the players don't trust about this individual, and so maybe that becomes the thing. Or
that could literally be the adventure. Like what happens if by some twist of fate, this mysterious stranger follows them around, and it's this the roving adventure where it doesn't matter the location. It's just while you're moving, there's role playing, and you can have skill challenges to either get insight or perception and try to diagnose what's going on. You could do different knowledge checks based off of things he's saying or how he's interacting with the world around him. So you could have this thing move around and try to figure out, what is actually magically wrong, physically wrong.
Or what if he shows up and offers a game a chance, and you could do some minor deck of many things type stuff with him. Perhaps he shows up, swindles the party, and then they have to track him down and get their stuff back. But you could also do the good-hearted type rogue character, where maybe they don't necessarily have to murder him for it, or perhaps he kind of either swindles them or robs them in a way, and then later down the road he's captured by a tribe of ogres or something. And then, the players, in order to get back whatever they lost, they're going to have to go in and deal with the problem. And then you're still left with a situation of, well, this guy cheated you and made off with your stuff.
Right.
And maybe that's where you go, well, let me, maybe, that's when he offers the game of chance to like save his neck.
Right.
But wait, you don't want to abandon me now. Here's why.
Right.
And he goes into his spiel. Ryan had a reoccurring character in actually a couple of his games, and he was like this crazy merchant that would show up.
Okay.
Crazy was right in his name because that's what he calls himself. Crazy. It was kind of like a Middle Eastern sounding name.
Okay.
I want to say Jafar, but I know that's not it.
It wasn't Crazy Jamal, was it?
It could have been. Yeah, and he always shows up no matter what town you're in, and basically he's always trying to pawn something off on you, and he's got his whole stick where he's got the best deals in town.
Right.
Yet he always ends up in whatever town you happen to be in, and maybe some of the stuff are a little bit wondrous. You could even do. Oh man, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking the movie that I watched with my wife and kids, something Wondrous Emporium.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the full name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So and in that case, it's kind of like that because he had like a magical toy store.
Right.
So you could do something like that. What if you did something like that and he's having a problem? And I think this actually happens in the movie itself. But it's been a while since I've seen it. But he's had a problem where like his magical toys or whatever are acting out or acting up. And so like that becomes the adventure for the evening. That becomes the dilemma. You have to go in and help him and solve the problem so that the magic toys stop acting crazy. Maybe they're getting violent, and maybe they're getting agitated. Maybe they're stealing stuff or breaking stuff. Maybe they have kids that they've taken and they're kind of holding them hostage. So so you could do a whole adventure around that, and this becomes this interesting NPC. Definitely, like you could definitely see like a Tinker Gnome or something like that, or your Rock Gnome with a Tinker bent to it, being this type of person in the campaign.
I think there's lots of options that you can do with this. So I think that it begs the question: what do you guys think about the Mysterious Stranger? Have you used something like this before? Do you want to share some stories? Put those comments down below. While you're at it, like, share, even subscribe.
You can check us out at nerdrocky.com.
So until next time, stay nerdy.